What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I'm trying out a new background. Let me know what you guys think of it. Does it look good? Trying to make it like a little cozy corner for my gaming and of course YouTube, TikTok and Instagram videos. Let me know what you think about it. Lighting. Let me know what you think about the audio as well. Is it all right? If there's anything you think I should add to my background, I really appreciate your comments. Let me know in the comments below. Guys, I'm going to be checking out a video today. Another one sent to me by a friend. I'm going to react to the video and give you my thoughts. Guys, you know what I do here. I do relationship videos, relationship advice, marriage for our young people, just to kind of give them some advice on what to do in this current day. You know, right now there's a lot going on. Marriage is under attack, family is under attack. It seems like it's just better to be on your own these days, but we all know that's not true. So the point of my channel is to kind of just let young people know how to navigate the current time so that they can pair up, get married, have kids, and, you know, do it the way we're supposed to do it. So guys, I'm going to check out today's video. Before I do that, please leave a like, comment, and sub. Let me know what you think of my thoughts on the video. Let me know what you think about my background, my audio. Let's go.
So you're married,
Yes.
and you got the right one.
Okay.
Oh wow, what?
Okay, so
I said okay.
how long you been married?
38 years.
Oh, he
Ooh.
got to be the right one if you stayed that long.
No, we live in separate homes. That is the right way to live for
Wait,
38
what?
years.
Wait a minute, wait. How long y'all living in separate homes?
10.
Whoa.
And it gets
And they're
y'all.
married.
That works for y'all.
Fabulous.
Where y'all live in different states,
No, we live here in Detroit.
in different homes.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So how does it work? I'm fascinated. Come
You go to
Yeah.
your home and I go to mine. We don't have to argue. We don't have to yap. It's a good deal.
And you trust him?
Of course.
He trusts you?
Of course.
How often y'all see each other?
All the time.
But y'all don't sleep in the same
Wow.
place unless you want,
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
That's
But it's a
interesting.
great deal. When you
My
married
son
that
is
long.
behind that camera. He taking all this in.
When you're married that long, it's wonderful. You don't have to get a divorce. Just get in separate houses.
Okay.
Y'all heard it. When the right one comes, don't have to live under the same roof.
That's right.
Thank you.
This one is very interesting. I've never heard that before. I've always heard like the olden day, you know, what they normally used to say is that because of how egregious divorce was back in the day, divorce was taken really, really seriously. People used to say just separate. They would say remain married, keep the marriage, but separate and go your separate ways, but you're still married. But I've never heard it like this, where people just live in different houses. I have heard of people sleeping in different beds, not in a I hate you type of way, just more of the type of people they are, maybe their compatibility, maybe, I don't know, whatever it may be, and they choose to have two separate beds, but they're still in the same room and they still fellowship and do whatever they need to do whenever they want to do that. But this one is interesting. I've never heard that before, where they live in two separate houses and it's not because they hate each other. Is because this is just what works for them. I'm I'm thrown off. That's interesting. I'm wondering. I'm trying to compute how that would work. It also gives even though she did say that she trusts him and he trusts her, it gives so much room for things to go wrong or for things to happen, if that makes sense. And it makes me think that things are happening, even though she said they trust each other, which is interesting. Is it a marriage? I don't think so. But I do think if it works for them, sure, that's my mind. Because I prefer that they do something like this. And in her words, there's no red flags, there's no issues, even though there was a red flag at the beginning where she said, the guy asked her a question, he said, you must love him or you found the right one. And she was like, So obviously, I think this decision was not reached because it was the optimum decision. I think it was reached because something went wrong. And instead of divorcing, which is what she said, they decided to come to this arrangement. So it is obviously putting a strain on their relationship because, again, you heard that little thing at the beginning gives you everything you need to know about this relationship. And it is interesting. What I would say though, young people, if you're watching this, is that based on what was said in this video, very, very, very subtle, this is not the optimum way to manage your marriage. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, just do whatever works for me, and I think it's better for us to live in separate houses, that is not the optimum way to have a marriage. In a marriage, you're meant to pair up together. Everything becomes one. The Bible says two become one. You're not one when you're separate. You're not one when you live in two different houses. You're not one when you, the whole bed thing in the same house, that one is, I'm not too fussed about that. If it's just I don't want to say aesthetics, but more like, you know that when people like have, there are very, very little things that people have that create differences in them. Like, for example, some people complain about body heat. So when they sleep together, one person doesn't like body heat, the other is really cold, the other is really hot. It's just little things like that that can lead to things where instead of tolerating and it causes issue, you just decide to come up with an agreement. But the point is, as long as you're still in the same house, the same household, same vicinity, and you love each other, sure. But when you're living two separate lives, that's completely different. So this, I don't recommend this at all. It happens because something went wrong, and it happens because back in the day, people were told, don't divorce, just do something else, but don't divorce. And that was the mindset. That's the mindset that I have as well, but I'm not trying to have that mindset and let my marriage go to crap and do that. No, I want to make sure my marriage works, if that makes sense. Because in my mind, I don't want to ever separate from my wife or divorce her or whatever. So I want to do everything that I can to make sure it works. And unfortunately, ladies, this is something that is in the man's control, right? Unless you're a wicked woman, the man really holds the marriage. He's the one that controls most things, especially if you let him lead. His job is to make sure that your marriage is working. If you're a wicked woman and he can't tell you what to do, or you can't reach agreements and whatever, then that's a different thing. It means you're not allowing him to be the head and lead the marriage. But in the case where you're good, you know what it means to be a woman, you're feminine, and you love your guy, and he's the one who's being a douchebag, normally this won't work. So as long as I'm doing what I'm meant to do, my marriage will continue to go. If I see a problem, I fix it. If I see an issue, I attack it head on. If there's a problem that needs to be solved, I go for it and I solve it. If something's wrong with my wife, I make it my business to sort it out. As long as I'm doing those things, the marriage will continue to flow, because my wife is really, I'm the head, I'm her head. So if something's wrong with her, I should be fixing it. Again, I do not recommend this option. Something has gone wrong in this relationship, and the room for the devil to visit is vast. Like it's just, yeah, it works for them. I'm not criticizing her. If it works for them, it works for them. But I did her a little, if you loved each other that much and the person said you found the right one and you didn't go, yeah, he's fantastic, something went wrong. What do you think of this, guys? Do you think that this could work, especially in this day and age where marriage is scrutinized? If something like this was introduced, do you think more people would get married, where they can still live separate lives, but they're married and love each other? Do you think it could work? Or do you think the way I'm thinking, that this is not marriage and it leaves so much room for things to go wrong? People can continue to do their dirt. Nobody's, just stuff like that. It's just, it is what it is. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Guys, remember to leave me a comment regarding my background, my lighting, and my sound. And I'll see you guys on my next video.